I wish I could articulate in a clear way how or where my ideas originate. I'm a contemplative person, and I am always listening. A phrase, a problem, something catches my attention. This then starts floating around in my brain. For instance, my yoga instructor read a quote by Ram Dass. We are all walking each other home. I said to myself, wow, that's pretty profound. I could really get lost in that idea. Then I start imagining a sculpture. I get inspiration for poses from social media and internet searches, along with my past experiences with dancing and my current workout and yoga practices. They give me an opportunity to see the human form in action. I have several artist anatomy reference books, including ones from Philippe Farouk and Christina Cordova. I do use myself. I have a mirror in the studio, and I will double check little things like how the foot looks flexed, pointed, or on tippy toe. I read a ton of ceramic and pottery literature for information on construction and finish techniques. My clay body is Laguna Soldate 60. It has a high grog content, which helps with cracking during firing. It is also more forgiving if things get too dry. It's easy to rehydrate. My pieces start with a clay slab. I used to use a rolling pin, but I now have a slab roller. It saves so much time and energy. A variety of ceramic sculpting tools, fabric for helping keep things hydrated, and plastic to cover things as I'm working on them. I do use various sanding implements for cleaning and finishing a piece before the glaze or slip goes on. I have a lot of brushes and sprayers for final finish application. And of course I have my kiln. Most pieces go through the firing process an average of 3 to 4 times. Many sculptors build on an armature, adding clay as they build their form. I learned to build hollow from sculptor Christina Cordova. I roll out slabs and cut each body part using templates. These flat pieces are then turned into hollow tubes. They vary in size depending on what body part they represent. I then build the figure from the feet up, slipping and scoring each part and adding or subtracting clay to define the anatomy. As I build, I am always checking to make sure the figure is balanced and makes sense. Arms and hands are always last. They are the most delicate. Any limbs that are extending away from the body are prone to slumping and cracking as the piece dries and as it is fired. To help mitigate this issue, I build supports out of the same clay. The support will dry and shrink at the same rate as the sculpture. These supports are used during construction, drying, and firing. They are then discarded. After the initial bisque firing, slip is brushed or sprayed onto the piece and it is fired again. Metal oxides or stains are used in the ceramics industry as colorants for glazes. I use them as a kind of dripping wash to create the illusion of texture. After each color is applied, I fire the piece. I use between 2 to 3 oxides to create richness and depth in the final finish. Philosophically, my execution may not meet my vision. Often this is a challenge that leads to new ideas and a new piece, but out of sheer stubbornness, I will keep trying to achieve that original vision. On a practical level, my idea may create construction issues. I may plan for these issues, but the reality of dealing with them can be more frustrating than I anticipated. As with any ceramic process, there is an element of unpredictability. I don't know how a piece will look until it comes out of the kiln. Cracks may not show up until after firing. Colors may be different than imagined. Finishes do not reveal their final color until after they come out of the kiln. All my time and effort could result in an exploded piece, large cracks, or undesirable color. After firing, I open the kiln with excitement and a bit of trepidation. Craftsmanship is as important as concept. I want to create a piece that is well built and finished to the best of my ability. For many pieces, I create a base from wood or clay. I believe the base elevates, literally and figuratively, while also stabilizing and grounding a sculpture. I never want one of my pieces to harm a collector's furniture, so all of my pieces have a full felt bottom. Thank you for joining me in the studio today. I'm Lisa Hilton. You can follow my creative practice on Facebook or Instagram. See and shop my sculptures online at lisahiltonart.com.